Yo, it's Nate and welcome back to my channel. Last week I promised to make a video about either inflation or the Bitcoin halving, and I decided to make this video about the Bitcoin halving. So if that interests you, or even if it doesn't, but you like crypto, then stay watching because this is important. If you're anything like me, then you probably want to vomit every time you hear about Bitcoin. Before you go, you need to know that whether or not you like Bitcoin, it's one of the most important currencies to follow. It's disturbingly unuseful since its transactions are so slow, it's unscalable, and doesn't support smart contracts. But it was the first crypto ever made, and when people think of cryptocurrency, they think of Bitcoin. There's also a ton of Bitcoin maximalists which believe Bitcoin is the only crypto we will ever need in the future. I don't believe this, but they believe it, so there's a huge following, and ultimately, all the other coins will follow alongside Bitcoin's price. Annoying, yes, but helpful, also yes. If you can predict the price of Bitcoin, then you're miles ahead of every other investing. Understanding the Bitcoin halving will allow us to do just that. So stick around to the end of this video. Before we can understand what the Bitcoin halving is, we need to know how Bitcoin mining works. Bitcoin is simply just a code with rules in that code that permit some things and prohibit others. The code behind Bitcoin is called the blockchain. Every 10 to 15 minutes, a so-called block is released. Miners raced to solve this block. They used high-powered graphics cards, such as the 3090 Ti's from NVIDIA, to solve complex computer-generated math problems. The first computer that solved the numbers is rewarded for their effort. In this way, transactions are validated on the blockchain, all while staying decentralized. Now that we understand the basics behind how the Bitcoin blockchain works, we can get into Bitcoin halving. I mentioned that the computers that guess the correct number are rewarded for their effort. It's just how much, you may ask. Currently, it's 6.25 bitcoins per block. I say currently because the reward changes every 4 years. We all know that 2020 and 2021 were amazing years for the crypto market, and that's mainly because of the Bitcoin halving. Before 2020, 12.5 bitcoins were released per block. Now it's only 6.25, so basically, every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin being released to the miners is cut in half. This drop in supply leads to the price of Bitcoin rising. Lower supply and the same demand leads to a scarcity of coins, which makes the value rise. It's really just simple supply and demand. That was a lot of terms and is a little complicated to sum up, but what was said is just that computers that validate the Bitcoin blockchain are rewarded with the coin they are mining. However, the amount of Bitcoin they are rewarded with is cut in half every 4 years. The scarcity that the drop in supply leads to is the price of Bitcoin going up. And as we know, other cryptocurrencies tend to follow the approximate price of Bitcoin, which means we can predict where the crypto market is headed. Okay, that was a lot, but you're smart, so I'm sure you'll be able to get it eventually. Back when I was learning this stuff, it took me a while to understand, so there's never any shame in going back to watch this video again until you fully grasp it. It's complicated stuff. That will be it for today, but make sure you come back next week for more educational content such as this. As always, drop a comment below with your questions, concerns, or suggestions for me. If you found this helpful, then please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you next week.